Hare Krishna. Pranam to all the devotees here. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Bhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Tirye. Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the devotees. Yesterday, due to some technical errors, I could not upload the video. So today I will try to uh, cover some of the points from the previous lecture, and then we can proceed further. So yesterday we discussed uh, that to begin any shastra or any grantha, I'm talking about in the context of Vedic literatures. To begin any Vedic study or study any scriptures, we should be aware of four things. That is called Anubandha Chatushtaya. So that is sambandha-abhidheya-prayojanam, and the fourth one is adhikari. So sambandha means vachya vachaka sambandha. Vachya means the things which is the subject of the text. In simple words, it is a subject matter. And vachaka means the book or the text which we are going to study. So, in other words, we can simply say that sambandha means the subject matter of the text. Okay. Uh, then we have abhideya. Abhideya means the things that is to be expressed, or we can say the details of the subject matter. Uh, I will just keep things simple so that we can understand everything uh, very easily. Moving further, then we have prayojanam. Prayojanam is the purpose of that work or text. And the fourth one is adhikari. Adhikari means the qualified person to study that particular text. Now, if we analyze these four things within the context of Bhagavad Gita, then uh, what is the sambandha of Bhagavad Gita or vachya of Bhagavad Gita? Vachak is the text, Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a book, it's a text, and vachya is, or the subject matter is, Bhakti Yoga. So, Bhakti Yoga is the subject matter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And as we had discussed in the previous sessions, that Bhakti Yoga is the intent of the Bhagavad Gita. Uh, and though we can find that there are some mentions of Nishkam Karma, Jnana, Yoga, uh, all these things are there. But that is not the intent of Bhagavad Gita. Now I will explain it in little detail. In Shastras, whenever we talk about Nishkama Karma or Jnana, it has to be always accompanied by Bhakti. If there is no Bhakti or Bhakti Yoga in Nishkam Karma or Jnana, then it is useless. I will supply some verses from different scriptures to support this point. We have from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.14.4, Shreyas Trutim Bhakti Madasyate Vibho Klishyanti Ye Kevala Bodhalabdhaye Teshamaso Kleshala Eva Shishyate Nanyat Yatha Stula Tushava Ghatina. The meaning of this text is that if someone gives up bhakti, that is Shreyas Ritim, that leads to ultimate benefit, ultimate Shreya, If one gives up bhakti and try to achieve moksha or jnana, kevala bodha labdhaye, then what do they attain? Kleshala eva shishyate. They attain only failure. And the analogy has been given here is that of stula tushava ghatinam. As we uh, beat the empty husk of the wheat, so those who are not aware of the this analogy or uh, have no experience of what it means to be beating the husk in the uh, in the when we harvest grains. First, the form is that of uh, it's called dhana in Hindi, and then we have to beat that dhana by some method, and so that we can get the grain out of it. Now, if we just beat the empty husk, the remaining part of the dhana, then it is like a useless attempt because we have already taken out grains from that husk. Now there is no more grain in that. And if we keep beating that husk, it is just a labor. There is no use. So similarly, uh, if someone uh, tries to gain knowledge or attain nishkarmyam or nishkam karma, but without bhakti, then it is a useless labor. This from Bhagavatam. Another verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, uh, 1.5.12. Nashkarimam api achyuta bhava varjitam na shobhate jnanamalam niranjanam. Kutah punah shashvadabhadrameeshware na charpitam karma yadapya karanam. So the meaning is that Naishkarimyam api achyuta bhava varjitam na shobhate. So even the Naishkarimyam or performing karma without any attachment or jnanam, the knowledge, all these things uh, are do not get lead us to perfection, or in other words, they are simply show only, na shobhate. We can say somebody is performing Naishkarmyam or somebody on the path of Jnana Yoga, but actually they are simply just creating a show. They don't get anything. Na shobhate. Because Achyuta Bhava Varchitam. So Achyuta Bhava Varchitam, Acharyas explained that Achyuta Bhava means bhakti. So Naishkarmyam or Nishkam Karma and Jnana both should be accompanied with bhakti because bhakti alone awards jnana or moksha. So when we follow nishkam karma or nishkam karma yoga, then gradually our consciousness get purified and we attain jnana. And only through bhakti, when we get further purified, then we get moksha. So it is bhakti only that awards chitta shuddhi, the purification of consciousness, and um, moksha. Just by nishkam karma or just by jnana, we cannot attain purification of consciousness or moksha. So these are the references from Srimad Bhagavatam. Uh, Also elsewhere, Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.12, Srimad, sorry, 1.5.10. न यत् वचश्चित्र पदम हरेर यशो जगत पवित्रम प्रगणित करहिचित तद्वाय तीर्थम उशन्ति मानसा न यत्र हमसा निर्मन्त्यु शिक्षयाः. So whenever there is no glorification of Lord Hari, then is this that place is considered a Vayasam Tirtham or a place of crows. We all know that crows take pleasure in garbage. So even if we follow the path of Nishkam Karma Yoga or Jnana Yoga, but if we do not glorify Lord Hari, then it's all this considered place of uh, cross, or it's simply a garbage. So there are many such verses in the scriptures uh, that establishes the superiority of bhakti yoga. So then one may wonder then uh, why there is mention of nishkam karma and jnana in Bhagavad Gita. So Lord Shri Krishna, through the medium of Arjuna, he gives these different ways to achieve perfection. So Arjun was already perfect person. He was the devotee of the Lord. It was very clear because Lord Krishna himself uh, addresses Arjuna as Bhakto Sime Sakhaji. So Arjun was already a devotee, but uh, addressing Arjuna, Lord Krishna, uh, he establishes different ways by which anyone who is in a confused state of Arjuna can come to the perfection of Bhakti Yoga. He may take the path of Nishkam Karma Yoga, he may take the path of Jnana Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga, but then gradually he can come to Bhakti Yoga. Because uh, it is only Bhakti that gives liberation. Because ultimate Purushartha is Moksham. Moksham, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. There are four Purusharthas. So, to attain moksha, the real moksha is to get bhakti. That is moksha. Uh, so, without bhakti, that is not possible. Kechit kevalaya bhaktya agam ghunvanti karsneya niharameva bhaskaraha. Elsewhere also it's mentioned that only through bhakti or just by performing devotional service, pure devotional service, one can get rid of all sinful activities and uh, he can achieve perfection. So, uh, somebody can further question that how do you conclude that Lord Krishna making Arjuna as an instrument, he spoke different ways for achieving perfection. That could be just your own speculation. So we can clearly see that Arjuna was not bewildered in the beginning because when he came to Kurukshetra, he came for fighting. But Lord Shri Krishna created illusion for for Arjuna, so that he acted as if a illusion person. And how do we understand that Arjun uh, was bewildered? Because he put such arguments that reflects a person who is in a bodily consciousness. So that is not befitting any pure devotee. So it is a clear example that Arjuna he is a pure devotee. In fact, in Mahabharata, if we read the other chapters, uh, all the demigods understand that Arjuna is none other than Nara. Out of Nar and Narayana, he is Sakshat Nara. So there is no question that the Nara can be in illusion because Nara is a Nitya Parshada. He is the eternal associate of Lord Narayana. So uh, So when we understand any scriptures, we have to understand from all the angles, from all the contexts. So here Arjuna, he was simply playing a part of a conditioned soul, as if somebody uh, is illusion. He does not know what to do next, and that's why uh, Lord Krishna spoke Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and he uh, by instructing Arjuna in different ways, he ultimately established the supremacy of Bhakti Yoga. And we have already discussed how Bhakti Yoga was the intention of Lord Shri Krishna. So, why we discuss this? Because we are discussing sambandha. Sambandha means the subject matter. So, the sambandha or subject matter of Bhagavad Gita is Bhakti Yoga only. So, uh, uh, Srila Rupa Goswami explains it further in his words. Sri Jiva Goswami also further elaborates that in his Sandarbhas that there are two types of bhakti. One is called Kevala Bhakti, the other is called Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. So Kevala Bhakti means pure devotional service without any mixture of karma, jnana or yoga. Whereas the Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti, it can be further classified as uh, Karma Mishra Bhakti, Jnana Mishra Bhakti, or Yoga Mishra Bhakti. So when we get a mixture of karma, then it's called Karma Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti or Karma Mishra Bhakti. When we have a mixture of Jnana with Bhakti, then it is called Jnana Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti or Jnana Mishra Bhakti. When we have yoga mixed with bhakti, then it's called Yoga Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti or Yoga Mishra Bhakti. So ultimately it is bhakti only. But the predominance of karma, jnana, and yoga, uh, that uh, that something makes this classification that it's no more a pure devotional service. It has some mixture of karma, jnana, and yoga. And why there is a need of karma, jnana, and yoga? Because not everyone is able to come to the pure devotional platform overnight. Because we are talking about uh, this whole material world. So even though we may preach pure devotional service, but no, it's not. It may not be possible that all conditioned souls of the world immediately can come to this pure devotional service. That now I will perform only Shramanam Kirtanam Vishnu. I will perform only devotional service. Generally, that is not possible, and that's why we have other ways. uh, and it is not that one has to adhere to other ways, then only he can get perfection. That is simply because somebody is not able to come to pure devotional platform. He has been given those ways, those paths, so that gradually he can come to bhakti yoga. But uh, even while performing uh, कर्म प्रधान भूता भक्ति और ज्ञान प्रधान भूता भक्ति और योग प्रधान भूता भक्ति, uh, a sadhaka has to perform bhakti to get its results. Otherwise, without bhakti, one can not get the result of that karma, jnana, or yoga. Okay, so that is sambandha or subject matter, and that is bhakti yoga only. Now we have abhideya. Abhideya is the thing that to be expressed, and what is that thing? That is uh, again details of bhakti yoga. Manmana mad bhakto satatam kirtayanto mam machchitta madgata prana bodhyanta parasparam. So these all these verses they give the details of bhakti yoga. That my devotees, they always think of me, they always discuss about me, and they take pleasure in that. And uh, Madhyaji, they worship me. Namaskuru, they offer obeisances to me. So all these activities are called details of Bhakti Yoga. So this is Abhideya. And also, uh, one part of Abhideya is to approach a guru, uh, approach an authentic guru who is a devotee. Because someone can claim that I am also a guru, but guru has to be a devotee of Lord Krishna. Otherwise, he cannot teach karma, jnana, yoga, or bhakti. It's not. He's disqualified from teaching all these things. He has to be a devotee. So Arjun was advised to take shelter of a guru. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadeshanti te jnanam jnanina tatvarishina. Of course, Arjuna did not go to any other guru because Lord Krishna was his guru, uh, and he was present before him. So that is Abhideya. And then Prayojana. Prayojana is uh, uh, again it's a Bhakti yoga, because that was the conclusion that they take pleasure in me. They take pleasure in Bhakti yoga. Uh, so the subject matter or sambandha of Bhagavad Gita is Bhakti yoga. Abhidheya is Bhakti yoga. Then Prayojana is Bhakti yoga. And then the fourth one is Adhikari. Adhikari, or the qualified person. The qualified, who is qualified to be a student of Bhagavad Gita, uh, he must be a devotee, because this is the reason why Lord Shri Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Bhakto me sakhachi. And later on, also in the 18th chapter, Lord Krishna said that because you are dear to me, I will tell you more confidential knowledge to you. So, uh, the only qualification for studying Bhagavad Gita is one has to be a devotee. Now, uh, everyone, all human beings or all conditioned souls, by nature, they are devotees of Krishna. Some they recognize it, some don't. So it doesn't really matter. But uh, because all human beings or all conditioned souls are eligible for moksha or liberation, so everybody is supposed to take interest in studying Bhagavad Gita, and to uh, understand Bhagavad Gita, he should become a devotee. That is the adhikar of studying Bhagavad Gita. If somebody does not accept this principle that I have to become a devotee of Lord Krishna to understand Bhagavad Gita, then uh, he otherwise he cannot understand Bhagavad Gita. It is simply a futile attempt to study Bhagavad Gita without becoming a devotee of Lord Krishna. So that is so sambandha-abhidheya-prayojana and adhikari. Okay, and then we discuss the first verse of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyusthavah Mamakav Pandava Shaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. So, okay, let me read the translation. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Dhrtarastra said, O Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do? So, what I will do, I will first read out the purport, and then I will explain. So, yesterday I tried to explain it line by line, but today I will just read out whole purport and then I will explain. Okay. Purport: Bhagavad Gita is the widely read theistic science summarized in the Gita Mahatmya, glorification of the Gita. There it says that one should read Bhagavad Gita very scrutinizingly with the help of a person who is a devotee of Shri Krishna and try to understand it without personally motivated interpretations. The example of clear understanding is there in the Bhagavad Gita itself, in the way the teaching is understood by Arjuna, who heard the Gita directly from the Lord. If someone is fortunate enough to understand the Bhagavad Gita in that line of disciplic succession without motivated interpretation, then he surpasses all studies of Vedic wisdom and all scriptures of the world. One will find in the Bhagavad Gita all that is contained in other scriptures, but the reader will also find things which are not to be found elsewhere. That is a specific standard of the Gita. It is the perfect theistic science because it is directly spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. The topics discussed by Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya, as described in the Mahabharata, form the basic principle for this great philosophy. It is understood that this philosophy evolved on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, which is a sacred place of pilgrimage from the immemorial time of the Vedic age. It was spoken by Lord. It was spoken by the Lord when he was present personally on this planet for the guidance of mankind. The word Dharmakshetra, a place where religious rituals are performed, is significant because on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the supreme personality of Godhead was present on the side of Arjuna. Dhritarashtra, the father of the Kurus, was highly doubtful about the possibility of his son's ultimate victory. In his doubt, he inquired from his secretary Sanjaya, what did they do? He was confident that both his sons and the sons of his younger brother Pandu were assembled in that field of Kurukshetra for a determined engagement of the war. Still, his inquiry is significant. He did not want a compromise between the cousins and brothers, and he wanted to be sure of the fate of his sons on the battlefield. Because the battle was arranged to be fought at Kurukshetra, which is mentioned elsewhere in the Vedas, is a place of worship even for the denizens of heaven. Dhritarashtra became very fearful about the influence of the holy place on the outcome of the battle. He knew very well that this would influence Arjuna and the sons of Pandu favorably because by nature they were all virtuous. Sanjay was a student of Vyasa and therefore by the mercy of Vyasa, Sanjay was able to envision the battlefield of Kurukshetra even while he was in the room of Dhritarashtra. And so Dhritarashtra asked him about the situation on the battlefield. Both the Pandavas and the sons of Dhritarashtra belong to the same family, but Dhritarashtra's mind is disclosed herein. He deliberately claimed only his sons as Kurus, and he separated the sons of Pandu from the family heritage. One can thus understand the specific position of Dhritarashtra in his relationship with his nephews, the sons of Pandu. As in the paddy field, the unnecessary plants are taken out, so it is expected from the very beginning of this topic that in the religious field of Kurukshetra, where the father of religion, Sri Krishna, was present, the unwanted plants like Dhritarashtra's son Duryodhana and others would be wiped out and the thoroughly religious persons headed by Yudhishthira would be established by the Lord. This is the significance of the words Dharmakshetre and Kurukshetre apart from their historical and Vedic importance. Okay, so as I had mentioned from different scriptures about the place Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra is a religious place, and once again, I will just mention those references. In the Satpata Brahmana Vedic text, it is mentioned that Kurukshetram Deva Yajana Masa Tasmat Ahohu Kurukshetram Deva Yajanam. So, as Prabhupada also mentions clearly in his purport, that even demigods, devas, they perform sacrifices here. So, it is a sacred place not only for human beings but also for the demigods. Then, um in the Javalopanishad, again it's a Vedic text. Uh, then also there is a mention of place Kurukshetra, and it's called a sacrificial place for the devas. And in the Mahabharata itself, we have the story of Maharaj Kuru, by whose name this place was called Kurukshetra. So the story goes as follows: that Maharaj Kuru wanted to plow this particular area, and he expected from the devas, from the demigods, that whoever performs any pious activity here or dies on in this area, he should get higher planets or Swarga. Swarga does not only mean heavens, but in general, it means any higher planetary systems. So, while Maharaj Kuru was plowing this field, Devraj Indra uh, comes to see him and he laughs at him that why are you making this labor? You are already a pious king. You are already liberated. You need not do this. But Maharaj Kuru was very compassionate towards his citizens, and he was really worried about the welfare of all human beings. So he did not give up the endeavor, and he keeps flying that field. And Devraj Indra, again and again, he comes to discourage him, but Maharaj Guru um, does not deviate from his sankalpa, his determination. So at the end, by the consultation with other demigods, other devas, it was decided that Devraj Indra would grant Maharaj Guru this particular boon, and because of that boon, this particular Kurukshetra was considered a Dharmakshetra, and that is why the fight was arranged on this field. Uh, so I had also mentioned that some uh, unscrupulous commentators they make comments that this Kurukshetra is not a real place; it's just an imaginary place. You should just understand as Kurukshetra as your body, and the five Pandavas are five senses. But actually, that is not the truth, as we have given pramanas from the Shastra. Kurukshetra is a real place. It is still existing today. One can go there and see it personally. Uh, So that was about Kurukshetra, and about the Dharmakshetra. Why uh, Maharaj Dhrtarastra was worried about this fight, because the place where they are going to fight, Kauravas and Pandavas, they are going to fight on Kurukshetra, and because Kurukshetra is a Dharmakshetra, so Dhritarashtra was worried that this place may influence Duryodhana and others, and they may even they may compromise with Pandavas. Pandavas, they by nature they are very pious, so they may make a sandhi, or they may end the fight. They may compromise, but Dhritarashtra, he did not want this compromise. Though outwardly he expressed that that would be very great if both the parties can make some compromise. But inwardly, he did not want it, and that's why he was worried about this. And it was clearly reflected from his choice of words that Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva. So he could simply ask that what my children do at the place of Kurukshetra. But he said Mamakaha and then Pandava. So that was the point Srila Prabhupada makes here. And also there is a analogy of kshetra. Kshetra means a field, agriculture field, where uh, the unwanted grass gets eliminated by farmers. So here, Lord Shri Krishna uh, has been a Vaishya in his former life. So Acharyas explained Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur that uh, Mother Saraswati, the goddess Saraswati, he uh, uh, gives out this meaning from the words of Dhritarashtra, that Lord Shri Krishna has been a Vaishya, and he is personally present here on the Kurukshetra, and the sons of Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana, and others, they are simply unwanted grass. They are they are meant to be eliminated, and the Pandavas, they are the real crops. So we can easily understand the outcome. So that was the meaning suggested by Mother Saraswati. So that's something very transcendental revelation from our acharyas. We cannot just get it just by any logic or any kind of reasoning. Okay, so we shall conclude here. So, if there is any question or comment in this regard, one may raise his or her hand. Okay, Vidagta Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. If anybody has question, they can raise their hand. Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yes,
Prabhuji, like you explained yesterday also and today also, like somebody who dies at Kurukshetra, they attain the heaven or higher planets.
yes.
So it was for that time or it is for all the time? Like if
It is for
suppose
all
at
the time.
present somebody.
It is for all the time. Now also, anyone gives a body in Kurukshetra or performs any uh, dharma kritya or any yeah, like he gives donation in Kurukshetra or performs any kinds of pious activity, he will achieve higher plans. Yes.
जी,
Okay, so then we can conclude here. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. हरे कृष्णा. श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय. महर्षि वेद व्यास की जय. श्री श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. हरे कृष्णा. Thanks you all for joining this course. Hare Krishna.